ahead and start tonight's Tri-Township Schools Corporation meeting, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for everybody in attendance this evening. We'll start off with the consent items, and the first would be the minutes from April 28th of 2025. Do I have a motion by the board?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for April 28th.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The next consent item would be for the approval of the financial reports.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial reports.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Continuing on to the next consent item would be for the claims. Do I have a motion by the board?
I'll make a motion to approve the claim packet.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then continuing on to the payroll approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then moving on to our certified approvals. The first would be 2 resignations, one for Jennifer Abernathy as a retired first grade teacher effective May 30th. The second would be for Joe Clifford, resigning as a high school engineering teacher effective May 30th.
I'll make a motion to approve both of those.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then we also have 3 employment items under certified staff. One would be for Chris McGowan, being hired as a head girls golf coach.
Motion to approve. Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Next would be for Allison Stills, being hired as a head girls volleyball coach.
I'll make a motion to approve Allison Stills as the head girls volleyball coach.
And do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then the final employment item would be for Christina Urban, being hired as a permanent school counselor for the 25-26 school year.
I'll make a motion to approve Christina Urban for the 25-26 school year school counselor.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then we have a few adjustments or changes. And the first would be for Alyssa Clemens, moving from the Dean of Students to Elementary Principal effective July 1st of 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve Alyssa Clemens to become from Dean of Students to the Elementary Principal effective July 1st, 2025.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Can I pause for a minute? I just would like to share that Alyssa's here tonight, so just wanted to recognize her.
And then continuing moving on to the Brian McMahon being moved from pre-K to 12, K through 12, I'm sorry, principal to the junior, senior high school principal effective July 1st of 2025.
I'll make a motion to move Brian to junior, senior high principal effective July 1st, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then we have a classified item for Amber Justin's resignation as a study hall teacher effective April 29th.
I'll make a motion to approve Amber Justin's to resign from study hall teacher.
So have a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then we also have 2 others. One is for Amanda Cox resigning as the preschool assistant as of May 16th, and Aiden Duncan resigning as custodian as of May 26th.
Motion to approve both resignations.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. There were no other employment items, so the next would be any public comments this evening.
I don't see anyone signed up, so.
Okay. On principal's report.
on behalf of Brian McMahon. First, he would like to celebrate some things. So first, he wanted to share about a successful enrichment day that was held on May 9th for elementary students who had the opportunity to explore new and exciting experiences in each of their sessions. On the same day, the junior high and high school students participated in junior achievement, and that is new to Tri-Township, where they learn valuable lessons about employability skills, career paths, and personal finance. To celebrate their achievements, junior high and high school students who met the eligibility requirements enjoyed a success trip to Indiana Beach on Friday, May 16th. Throughout the month, many classes are also taking part in field trips that allow students to connect classroom learning and real-world experiences. He would also like to highlight Alyssa Clemens for her leadership in successfully coordinating all of our state testing in late April and early May. Additionally, congratulations to Chase Bloomfield for becoming the conference champion in both high jump and long jump. First conference champion in many years. Teaching and learning. This year, our staff laid important groundwork to strengthen instruction and support student learning. We implemented the new Youth Live Phonics program, participated in professional development on Smetkin's writing strategies for grades K through 12, and began the introduction of professional learning communities, PLCs. At the elementary level, we launched instructional rounds to promote collaboration and reflective practice. And teachers also engaged in PD focused on explicit and data-driven instruction. Additionally, staff worked on vertical alignment and reviewed classroom assessment practices to ensure consistency and rigor across grade levels. And that's all from Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dr. Moore, moving on to your report.
First, I want to celebrate our robotics team. They competed at Worlds and placed 21st in the world. And so we honored this incredible achievement with a school-wide parade and presented a banner and certificates of recognition to all students and coaches involved. Currently, our drone teams are competing. We had our middle school team, they were the regional champions, and our high school team right now is still competing. They competed today and will continue competing tomorrow. In the news, we shared that we were chosen as a PCAP school, and so we're excited to be one of only 4 schools in Indiana to join the Cell PCAP initiative. It allows us to receive, it's $36,000 in funding over 3 years to support and expand post-secondary and career readiness programs. So we're very excited about that. Also, we had our academic awards night. Our counselor and I presented awards. It was exciting to recognize students for all their hard work and celebrate with their families. We have additional celebrations coming up, such as our junior high and high school athletic awards. Those will be coming up evenings of May 28th and 29th. Also, we have our last student day, I can't believe it, is coming up May 29th next week. Can't believe we're wrapping up our school year. And we also have our last teacher work day will be the day after May 30th. Which we're also going to have a staff recognition. It'll be the first ever, from my understanding, staff recognition, so excited for that. I'm excited to present our staff and thank them for all of their hard work and dedication over their years of service. And did I mention our graduation ceremony? Okay, is on May 30th at 7 p.m. So excited to wish our seniors well and on to their next chapter in life. We're going to be offering summer school the first 2 weeks of June. And I am just excited that we're wrapping up the school year. As I said, I really can't believe it. I feel like I just walked in the door and I can't believe we're going to be seeing our students off for the summer. But excited to welcome all of them back in the fall, except for our seniors, but excited for their next chapter, as I said. But I just want to recognize some of the things too that have been positives in our community. I know that there's been a lot of talk about our new school sign, which I think has been great. I feel there's been a lot of positive feedback about that. Our community newsletter, which I set some copies on the table here. Again, just making sure everyone sees the great things happening at Tri-Township. You know, we're excited to continue great programs like our robotics programs, our drama programs, you know, academic excellence. You know, proud of our graduation rate that we've had, our I-Read 3 success. So just want to make sure that, you know, we're continuing to focus on the great things that are happening here, but also looking forward to some new things as well, you know, such as, I know the idea of bowling is being explored, esports, you know, the new programming for, you know, post-secondary, the PCAP, you know, we're going to continue doing great things with literacy. So, you know, I keep thinking we're small, but we're mighty, and I'm just really proud to be part of Tri-Township. That's all for me.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dr. Moore.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, we'll move on to the remaining action items for approval. And the first would be for the approval of the invitation to join the Midwest Area School Employees Insurance Trust.
I'll make the motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The next would be for the approval of the job description for the IT specialist.
Motion to approve that job description.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then for the approval of the agreement with NICIC for Director of Media.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Next, I ask for a motion for approval of the agreement with NICIC for dietitian services.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then finally, approval for the agreement with NICIC for the school counselor.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Next would be the approval for the roof repairs to La Crosse Tiger Dam.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'm going to pause this for just a second because I need to go through the 3 bids that I know you received in your board packet. So we have 3 quotes that were received. The first one is from CNI at $92,955. We have a quote from CMS for $112,330, and from Bluth Brothers, $128,500. And I would like to recommend that we approve the bid from CNI.
Motion to approve that bid from CNI.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the bid from SDI for fencing.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
There is, in addition, if you were wanting to have black vinyl versus the traditional fencing for an additional cost of $13,450. I do not recommend that we approve that, but I wanted to at least share that option with you.
I think we should stay with the regular.
It'd be a regular galvanized chain link fence.
All in agreement?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't, what's the longevity difference between the two? I mean, it doesn't justify that.
Which one's the aesthetic?
Cosmetic,
Cosmetic.
yeah, for sure, which is why I'm not making that
Yeah.
recommendation to approve.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing then with fencing, sidewalks, the site concrete. New Tech Concrete is $62,602, Vernon Jones $69,662, CNS Concrete is $70,252. I recommend that we move forward with the bid we received from New Tech Concrete.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve New Tech's bid.
I'll second that also.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The final action item this evening would be for the approval of the agreement with Newby, Lewis, Kaminsky, and Jones. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the agreement with them.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause for just a minute, I'm so sorry. That, the agenda that you posted, right? Has the boilers on it? And I'm sorry, that was a last minute ad that I forgot to put onto your, but that was advertised, so I
Yep.
apologize.
Yeah, no worries.
And so that would be the bids that we need to review for the boilers. And so we received 3 bids. And the first is from Richards Refrigeration. And with Richards Refrigeration, we received 2 bids. And that would be for 6 boilers at $109,525, 2 boilers for $136,930. From Gatlin Plumbing and Heating, we received for new boilers $117,000, that's for 2, or boiler repairs for $32,000. And then Bloomfield Mechanical, boiler replacement for $228,880. Through conversations I've had, and I've learned a lot about boilers, is I would like to make a recommendation for 2 boilers. And I feel that Richards Refrigeration at $136,930 versus Gatlin, but I'm open to discussion because Gatlin came back when they heard that we were all close in bid and shared a little bit, and I just feel more confident in the other company, Richards Refrigeration. But I'm open to discussion if you feel otherwise, but I do feel strongly in 2 boilers. I do not want to go with 6 boilers, 6 smaller boilers versus the 2 larger boilers. It's my understanding that in terms of maintenance and repairs, that is not going to be cost effective over time is what I've learned. And I feel Bloomfield Mechanical is not in the same range as the other bids. So my preference at this time would be between Gatlin at $117 for the full installation of new boilers or Richards Refrigeration at $136,930.
Motion to approve their bid, Richards Refrigeration, for the 2.
I do have a second as well.
Gatlin's was $117.
What was the original bid? Was it higher?
It was.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then moving on to the agreement with Newby, Lewis, Kaminsky, and Jones for approval.
And that's just going from hourly to retainer, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
Motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Are there any discussion items or board comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you everyone for your attendance. The next meeting will be June 23rd.